All right, so next we have the HAF 932. These are the first full tower cases from this series. And we have over here the 932 Black Edition, which is black. And we have the AMD Edition, which is red in color. And if you're wondering what the difference is between these two cases, apart from the color, well, I am too. So let's open them up and see what the difference is. So here's our red AMD version over here. And you definitely get a very nice Fusion logo here with an AMD symbol and a dragon. Don't know what happens if you build with non-AMD parts inside this case. Guessing it will explode. But there is the front of the red version and the black version side by side. Let me get this into that as well. All right, so on the front of the case we have 6 5¼ inch bays. We have a nice AMD Phenom 2 X4 logo, so I guess if you get the 6-core, maybe you want to switch that out. Cooler Master logo right up here. We have our front panel ports with hard drive access indicator lights, a mic and headphone jack, eSATA ports, 4 USB ports, and a FireWire port. On the top, right up here, is your nice big power button, as well as a reset switch. This little rubberized part here actually covers a place where you can put a water cooling reservoir. So if you mount your water cooling reservoir right under there, it gives you a little fill port so you can fill up your water cooling reservoir and keep it topped off. Up on the top here we have a 200mm fan. Supports mounts for two 120s as well, or if you want to mount a radiator there for water cooling. They have made a lot of accommodations for water cooling with the 932 case. Get rid of that. On this side, there's just a little bit of a pop out there with the side of the case. This is bolted on very tight, so I'll switch to this side. Actually, I should show the back first. All right, here in the back, 120mm fan, PCI base, input-output shield. There's a PSU mount at the bottom. There's another PSU mount at the top, and it actually has a little bolt-on affair there that you can remove if you want to use that. I'm guessing you can either keep your PSU in either location, or in certain situations, you might even run 2 PSUs in the same machine. But if you're not running a PSU, it does have a couple water cooling tube ports right there, little grommets. All right, now let's remove the side panel. Which again, these thumb screws, these are thumb screws, they just tighten them down really tight. Oops. All right, so no fan mount on this side panel, but you do have the nice screened on Dragon and AMD logo. One other big difference I'm noticing between these two cases, the interior of the AMD version is not painted. You have bare cold rolled steel right there. The black version over here is black throughout. And actually, let me pop off this side panel as well so you can sort of see the difference. Again, they bolt these thumb screws on really tight. Ah, I see that, just sort of the door opening style. Okay, so there's the interior of the black version. It's also a nice touch, they give you a black fan for this one as well, so really sticking with the theme there. Let me just come around to the front. All right, so interiors when compared side by side, apart from the paint, is very similar. Both feature some locking systems here for your PCI slots. Both of them have a little raised part here for your power supply. Keeps it up off the bottom of the case so you can get good airflow with whatever orientation you have the power supply in. Oh, right here, the Black Edition comes with a little shroud, and I'm guessing this is for video cards when you mount them on there, possibly to help with the airflow. That's another item that the AMD version doesn't come with. we do have accessory boxes for both. Just pull these out. All right, so I'll open those up in just a second. Just to go over mounting systems for 5 1/4" bays. This is just the Cooler Master push button drive mounting system. One that wants to lock, wants to unlock, very simple, works really well. These are the drive bays. Oh, and I see they've actually included a SSD adapter, 2.5-inch adapter already on that one. The drive bays snap on to the sides of your drives. They have little rubberized mounting grommets to reduce noise and vibration. Pops on just like that, and then you can mount your drive. So this will fit a 2.5-inch. It looks like this comes with one adapter for a 2.5-inch drive, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 3 1/4" drive bays in the black version. Same with the AMD edition. However, I do notice the AMD edition does not come with that little 2.5-inch adapter. So there's a few of these small differences between these cases. Both have a 200mm fan right up there in the front. And let's just check out the accessory boxes to see if anything else is different. This is just a 5 1/4" adapter if you want to install a floppy drive or a 3.5-inch front panel. Very nice to have with a full tower case, especially when you get it loaded down. They get really heavy, so you have some snap-on wheels that can pop onto the bottom there, so you can roll the case around a little bit easier. Here's just an extension for PCI Express power, and your nice little baggie with all of your thumb screws and bolts and zip ties, and a little motherboard speaker. All right. I'm assuming accessories are going to be the same for the AMD version, but let's double check. All right. There's your baggie. There are your wheels. There is your Floppy Bay adapter, red version for this one, and once again PCI Express power extension cord. All right. So there's our 932 cases. As you can see, these are full tower cases, so plenty of room in both of them. And like I said at the very beginning, you do have power supply mounts both at the top and the bottom, which is really useful, especially if you have limited cable length for your power supplies. And this is a support at the bottom. It looks like you can actually loosen a thumb screw here to extend that if you want, or remove it. There are fan mounts at the bottom. If you can see there, a couple 120mm fan mounts. Those are not filtered, unfortunately, but a little more fan options there. And as with all the half cases, you have plenty of cable tie-down points, as well as slots there for all your cable routing and cable management. Oh, and I am noticing for the floppy bay at the front here, which maybe you can't see because of the angle I'm at, right up there, it does have a 3.5-inch bay adapter. So if you decide, you can pop a floppy in right there. Or if you don't like floppy drives and you just want to install maybe a 3.5-inch drive, you can do that as well. This is a Radeon HD 5870 full-length 12-inch video card. So just to show you how much space we have in the case, there is plenty of room. Again, this is a shroud right here. It just bolts on with thumb screws. But if you're mounting a video card in there, get these cables out of the way. If you're mounting a video card in here, like this, it sits under that shroud, and I'm guessing they have done that to assist with the airflow across the card, and also to keep those that heat out of the rest of the case. So plenty of space there. The shroud does block it a little bit, but here's a better example with the 932. There's the length of the card. So with the 12-inch card, I've got a good, looks like about 2 inches, maybe 2.5 inches there at the end. So plenty of room for your modern day full-length video cards in these cases. Pretty much covers it. This has been the HAF 932 case from Cooler Master, black edition over here, AMD edition in the red over here.